introduction.
Hi, I'm a doctor, and I just wanted to record this message today. I know many of you have already rolled up your sleeves once, twice, even 3 times by now. But there are millions of you out there who still haven't, and you are the ones I'm singling out in this video. You people talk a lot about your rights and your freedom to choose, but that's where you're wrong. You don't have rights or freedom of choice anymore, and you haven't since January 20th of 2021. I know what I'm talking about, and my word is gospel, because I went to a very expensive medical school that I'm still paying off to this day. I learned a lot in that school. First, I learned it is possible to exist as a human without any spine at all, and I carry that knowledge on to this day. I also learned about the scientific method. The scientific method encourages testing and years of research, but you see, that's not nearly as exciting as making sure the companies I'm partnered with continue to make record profits year after year. Because the third thing I learned in school is that when they make money, I make money, and I like money, so I do what they tell me to do. I know you might think your bodies are more important than my opinion, but that's where you're wrong. It's your body, but it's my choice. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to get back to normal. And normal is now doing whatever I say as I reject your religious or medical exemptions. Listening to your well-researched objections, which I just call conspiracy theories and ignore, is exhausting. And I don't have time for that, because I'm tired. Not just from all the choreographed dances I did last year, but also from being overwhelmed at work all the time now. Ever since we fired many of my colleagues for making their own choices, my hospital has been overrun and short-staffed. I know this is a crisis I brought upon myself because I refused to stand up for them and many others like them. But now I expect you to feel sympathy for me for all the extra work I now have to do. Because firing healthcare workers in the middle of a pandemic makes perfect sense, as long as you don't think about it that much, or at all. My job is to help people depend on big pharma, get healthy, which is why I've begun to refuse to treat people who have not rolled up their sleeves. Like, why would I go out of my way to treat a car crash victim who refused to wear their seatbelt? They made their choice. And even though I'm just a doctor, I also choose to believe I now have the right to act as judge and jury as well. You might say I have a responsibility to care for people and could be held liable if something goes wrong, but you're wrong about that as well. Responsibility and liability don't apply to me or the manufacturers of whatever I choose to prescribe to you. So right now, I just need you to do whatever I tell you to do, regardless of how little sense it makes. Please don't listen to other doctors who might disagree with me. Just do what I say, to prove you care. Because I care so much. I have the biggest heart. I just want you to have one too. If you just listen to me, I promise you your heart will swell with pride. Pride. You might be so proud of yourself, your heart might even skip a beat. But don't worry about that. That just means it's working. Just put your faith in me. And don't think too much about anything I just said. So roll up your sleeves. It's okay. It's just the tip. I'll go slow. You'll barely feel a thing. You can trust me. I promise.